Welcome my dear students. This is part number 3 of chapter 2. In previous video, we have covered 3 types of changes, that is slow and fast change, natural and man-made changes, desirable and undesirable changes. Let's start our today's video with next 3 types of changes, that is periodic and non-periodic changes, reversible and irreversible changes. 3 is physical and chemical changes. Now, our first topic is periodic and non-periodic changes. So, the changes that repeat after regular intervals of time are called periodic changes. For example, days changing to nights and vice versa, changing phase of the moon, beating of heart, clock striking an hour, and there are many more changes such as oscillation of the pendulum of a clock and the change in the change of seasons in every year. These are the periodic changes, and the changes which do not repeat after regular time intervals, these are called non-periodic changes. For example, volcanic eruption, earthquakes and forest fire are example of non-periodic changes. So that is our first topic, periodic and non-periodic changes. So what is periodic changes? Those changes which repeated after a fixed time interval. Okay, those are periodic changes. And non-periodic changes, those changes which are repeated, which are not repeated over a fixed time. Okay, those are called non-periodic changes. Now our next change is reversible and irreversible changes. So as we know, if we keep a ice or ice cream at a room temperature, it melts and changes into water, and if we keep the same water in a refrigerator, it changes into ice again. This means that we can get ice back even after it has melted and changed into water. However, if we so that change is reversible. Okay, that is reversible, and that's an example of irreversible changes is if we tear a paper into pieces. Okay, अगर हम किसी पेपर को छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में डिवाइड कर देते हैं, so we cannot get the paper back in the same original shape, है ना. So the change in which we can get the original substance back are called reversible changes. For example, melting of ice, condensation of water vapor, etc. And the changes in which we cannot get the original substance back are called irreversible changes. For example, cooking of food, burning of paper, you know, that are example of irreversible changes. Now, और इन अ सिंपल लैंग्वेज, एक ऐसा चेंज जो कि वापस चेंज होने के बाद उसकी ओरिजिनल स्टेट में वापस लाया जा सकता है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड रिवर्सिबल चेंज. जैसे कि इफ़ यू टेक एन पीस ऑफ क्लॉथ, ओके, अगर उसको गीला करें एंड अगर उसको धूप में अपन सुखाएंगे, ओके, तो कुछ टाइम के बाद वो कपड़ा वैसा का वैसा ही हो जाएगा. सो दैट इज़ अ रिवर्सिबल चेंज. एंड इरिवर्सिबल चेंज एक ऐसा चेंज जो कि चेंज होने के बाद वापस उसकी इनिशियल स्टेट में, ओरिजिनल स्टेट में वापस नहीं लाया जा सकता है. उसको क्या बोलते हैं? दैट इज़ कॉल्ड इरिवर्सिबल चेंज. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव टू अवर next kind of change, that is physical and chemical changes. Now first we discuss physical change. Now look picture number 1 and 2. Okay, in the first picture, wooden logs are being cut into smaller pieces, and in second picture, melting of melting of ice. Okay, so when we cut wood, we get smaller pieces of it. Now new product is formed as the wood remains the same, but its size decreases. Okay, so chemically there is no new product, okay, but physically there are small pieces of wood. So if we look towards chemically, so there's no new product is formed. So a physical change is a temporary change in which no new substance is formed and the chemical composition of the original substance remain same. Even some of its physical properties like color, state, shape, size, etc. may change. That is called physical change. Okay, and in chemical change there is new there's new substances formed with different physical and chemical properties. Okay, so there are more example. Crumpling a sheet of aluminum foil. अगर हम एल्यूमिनियम फॉइल को, जो एल्यूमिनियम पेपर होता है, एल्यूमिनियम फॉइल होता है जो किचन में यूज़ होता है, ओके, इफ़ यू क्रम दैम, अगर उसको हम एक बॉल की शेप दे देंगे तो इट्स कैन बी बैक टू इट्स ओरिजिनल स्टेट. Okay, melting of ice, casting silver in mold, breaking of bottle, boiling of water. So these all changes are reversible. Okay, so that is physical change where no new substance is formed. Now move to chemical change. In a chemical change, look, we burn wood. Wood changes into ash. Ash is a new product with new properties, and we cannot recover wood from the ash. So that change is irreversible. That is chemical change. In a chemical change, there is new substances formed. So a chemical change is a permanent change in which new substances are formed whose chemical composition and physical and chemical properties are different from those of the ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस. ओके, जो केमिकल चेंज होता है वो चेंज होने के बाद जो उसका ओरिजिनल सब्सटेंस था उससे टोटली डिफरेंट होता है. सो सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ केमिकल चेंजेस: बर्निंग ऑफ वुड, ओके, सॉरिंग ऑफ मिल्क, mixing acid and base, that is a neutralization reaction. Okay, fourth is digestion of food, fifth is cooking an egg, sixth heating sugar to form caramel. Okay, sugar से sugar syrup बनाना. Okay, that is in a hard form of sugar syrup, that is called caramel. Baking a cake, rusting of iron. So that are all chemical changes. There are more example. Okay, now consider one more example, that is example number here, cooking an egg, fifth. Okay, so once the egg is cooked it cannot be changed back, hence cooking of an omelette is an irreversible and permanent change. Okay, now move to our next example, that is burning of candle is a physical or a chemical change. So let's study. A burning candle produces wax vapor which solidifies and form wax. जब भी मोमबत्ती जलती है सो क्या करती है, वो मोम लिक्विड में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम वो जो लिक्विड है वो दोबारा वैक्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. ओके, सो दैट इज़ एन एग्जांपल ऑफ फिजिकल चेंज, बट दिस इज ऑल्सो ए केमिकल फिनोमेन. Okay, at the same time wax burning produces water vapor and carbon dioxide which escape into the atmosphere, which are new substance with new properties. Okay, इसके साथ साथ क्या होता है, जब भी मोमबत्ती अपनी लाइट करते हैं तो उसके साथ साथ वाटर वेपर भी प्रोड्यूस होता है और साथ में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस भी. इसके साथ साथ हीट. ओके, हीट एंड लाइट, दैट आर example of chemical change. Okay, so it is a chemical change, hence burning of candles shows both physical and chemical change. So that is enough for today. Let's move to our homework. So we have two questions here. First, define all the three changes which we have today, which we have studied today. Okay, our next question is, a burning candle shows both physical and chemical changes. You have to explain it. Okay, so have a good day. Thank you for watching this video.